When it comes to blending strategy and role-playing games, few titles have left a mark quite like Ogre Battle: The March of the Black Queen. Released in 1993 for the Super Famicom and later for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, this gem from Quest Corporation stands out as a defining entry in the tactical RPG genre. Whether you first encountered it on the Super NES or discovered it through one of its later ports, Ogre Battle is a game that resonates with anyone who loves deep, strategic gameplay layered with an epic narrative. The title Ogre Battle itself is a nod to the rock band Queen, with A March of the Black Queen borrowing its name from one of their tracks. This game isn't just a quick nod to pop culture, though it's a deep, immersive experience that demands your full attention. Created by Yasumi Matsuno, who would later go on to craft other classics like Final Fantasy Tactics and Vagrant Story, Ogre Battle was a pioneer in blending large-scale strategic battles with personal RPG elements, long before these mechanics became a staple in the genre. From the very start, Ogre Battle pulls you into a world of political intrigue, rebellion, and moral choices that genuinely affect how your story unfolds. Its use of real-time tactical combat and a branching narrative structure was nothing short of revolutionary for the time. The game's opening sequence, with its solemn tone and stirring music, sets the stage for the grand journey ahead. It asks you to carefully consider your decisions, not just in battle, but in how you build your army, treat your enemies, and lead your rebellion. Despite its cult following, Ogre Battle was a game that not everyone got to experience when it first came out, especially in North America. Its limited print run made it a rare find, but those who managed to get their hands on it were treated to something truly special. It's a title that begs to be revisited, not just for its complex gameplay, but for the way it challenges you to think about leadership, justice, and the true cost of war. Before we move on, hit that subscribe button and stay up to date on more deep dives into retro gaming. At the heart of Ogre Battle lies a sprawling narrative of rebellion, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. The story is set in the continent of Zetagenia, a land ruled with an iron fist by the oppressive Holy Zetagenian Empire. For years, the people have suffered under the tyrannical rule of Empress Endora, whose regime is marked by cruelty, injustice, and the ruthless exploitation of the masses. But in the darkest of times, hope emerges from the unlikeliest of places. You step into the role of a young hero, chosen by destiny to lead the Liberation Army against the Empire. However, before your journey even begins, the game presents you with a series of questions seemingly innocuous at first, but each answer shapes the nature of your hero and the moral compass of your journey. These questions determine your alignment, which will influence how others perceive you, the kind of warriors who join your cause, and ultimately how the story unfolds. The narrative of Ogre Battle is a tapestry woven from multiple threads of personal stories, political alliances, and ancient prophecies. The game doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of war. Every decision you make has consequences, and the world around you reacts accordingly. As you progress, you'll encounter various factions, each with their own motives and goals. Some will align with your cause, while others will seek to thwart your efforts at every turn. It's up to you to navigate these relationships carefully, balancing your desire for justice with the harsh necessities of war. Ogre Battle isn't just about the grand struggle against the Empire. It's also about the personal stories of the characters you meet and recruit along the way. Each of your units has their own background and personality, and many have their own subplots that unfold as you progress. The game masterfully intertwines these personal tales with the larger narrative, giving you a deep sense of connection to the world and the people fighting for it. The climax of the story is as epic as it is satisfying, with multiple potential endings based on the choices you've made throughout the game. Whether you achieve the best possible outcome, where peace is restored to the land and your hero is celebrated as a savior, or a darker conclusion where your actions lead to unforeseen consequences, the narrative ensures that your journey feels both personal and impactful. In Ogre Battle, the story isn't just something that happens to you, it's something you actively shape with every decision, making each playthrough a unique experience. It's a tale of rebellion, redemption, and the eternal battle between light and darkness, told in a way that few games of its time could match. At the core of Ogre Battle is a gameplay experience that skillfully blends elements of real-time strategy, tactical combat, and traditional RPG mechanics. This unique fusion sets the game apart from other titles of its era, creating a complex and rewarding experience that challenges players to think strategically on multiple levels. The game is divided into a series of battles, each set on large detailed maps representing different regions of the continent of Zetagenia. As the leader of the Liberation Army, your goal in each scenario is to free these regions from the control of the oppressive Zetagenian Empire. However, this is not a simple task. A brute force ogre battle requires careful planning, unit management, and strategic foresight to succeed. Before each battle begins, you're tasked with organizing your army. Units in ogre battle are made up of various characters, each with their own class, stats, and abilities. The game features a wide range of character classes, from knights and wizards to dragons and vampires, each bringing unique strengths and weaknesses to your army. The composition of your units is crucial, as certain combinations of characters can complement each other, leading to powerful synergies on the battlefield. Once you've assembled your army, it's time to deploy your units on the map. The game's real-time mechanics come into play here, as units move across the map in real time with day and night cycles affecting their performance. For example, certain units like werewolves become significantly stronger at night, while others might be more effective during the day. This adds an extra layer of strategy, as you must consider both the terrain and the time of day when positioning your units. Combat in ogre battle is handled automatically when two opposing units meet on the map. While you don't directly control the actions of your characters during battle, the outcome is heavily influenced by how well you've prepared and organized your units. The placement of characters within a unit is vital. Frontline fighters can absorb damage and deal powerful physical attacks, while those in the back row can unleash spells or provide healing support. This automatic battle system might seem hands-off at first, but it's deeply strategic, as the key to victory lies in how you've set up your units beforehand. One of the most intriguing aspects of ogre battle is its alignment system. Every character in your army has an alignment which can shift over the course of the game based on their actions in battle. Characters who defeat enemies with lower alignment or attack neutral units may see their alignment drop, potentially leading them down a darker path. This system doesn't just affect individual characters, but can also influence the overall course of the game, affecting everything from the types of recruits who join your cause to the ending you receive. In addition to alignment, reputation plays a significant role in ogre battle. Your actions throughout the game, such as liberating towns and treating civilians with respect, contribute to your army's reputation. A high reputation can lead to powerful allies joining your cause and opens the door to the best endings. However, if your reputation suffers, perhaps due to excessive brutality or poor decisions, fewer people will support you, and your path may lead to a more tragic conclusion. The gameplay of ogre battle is a delicate dance of strategy, planning, and moral choice. It challenges players to think several steps ahead, not just in how they deploy their units, but in how they conduct themselves as leaders. Every decision matters, and with multiple possible outcomes based on your actions, the game offers immense replay value, inviting you to experience different paths and endings. Whether you're carefully positioning your units on the battlefield, managing resources, or making tough moral choices, Ogre Battle keeps you engaged with its deep, multi-layered gameplay. It's a game that rewards strategic thinking and offers a level of complexity that was rare for its time, making it a standout title in the tactical RPG genre. Visually, Ogre Battle adopts a style that is both functional and evocative. The game's graphics are composed of detailed 2D sprites, which were the standard for RPGs and strategy games of the early 90s. What sets Ogre Battle apart is how these sprites are used to convey the vastness of the world and the diversity of the characters within it. The character sprites are small, but each one is intricately designed, allowing players to easily distinguish between the many different classes and units in the game. Whether it's a towering knight clad in armor, a spellcasting wizard, or a fearsome dragon, each unit has a distinct look that reflects its role on the battlefield. But it's not just the static visuals that stand out in Ogre Battle. The game's battle sequences, while brief, are a showcase of animation and attention to detail. When two units engage in combat, the screen shifts to a close-up view where you can see your characters exchange blows with the enemy. The animations are smooth and satisfying, especially for a game of its time, with spells crackling across the screen and melee attacks landing with a palpable sense of impact. While these sequences are automated, they provide a visual payoff for the strategic decisions you made leading up to the battle. Complementing the game's graphics is its masterful sound design. The soundtrack, composed by Masaharu Iwata and Hitoshi Sakimoto, is nothing short of legendary. From the moment you start the game, you're greeted with a sweeping orchestral score that perfectly captures the epic scale of the conflict you're about to undertake. The music ranges from the triumphant to the somber, reflecting the game's themes of rebellion, sacrifice, and moral ambiguity. Each track is carefully crafted to enhance the mood of the game, whether you're marching into battle, liberating a city, or contemplating your next move on the world map. One of the standout pieces of music in Ogre Battle is the main battle theme, which plays during most of the game's encounters. This track is both energizing and intense, driving home the stakes of each conflict. The composers skillfully use different instruments and tempos to create a sense of urgency, making even routine battles feel significant. Another memorable track is the Overture, which plays during the game's opening sequence. This piece sets the tone for the entire game, with its grand, sweeping melodies hinting at the epic journey that lies ahead. The graphics and sound of Ogre Battle work in tandem to create an experience that is greater than the sum of its parts. The detailed sprite work and varied environments draw you into the game's world, while the powerful soundtrack and carefully crafted sound effects keep you engaged and invested in the story. Even today, these elements hold up remarkably well, serving as a reminder of how much atmosphere and emotion can be conveyed through thoughtful design. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer, the sights and sounds of Ogre Battle remain an integral part of what makes this game a timeless classic. The legacy of Ogre Battle is as enduring as the game itself, leaving a lasting imprint on the world of tactical RPGs and beyond. Released at a time when the genre was still finding its footing, Ogre Battle didn't just contribute to the evolution of tactical RPGs, it helped define what the genre could be. Its deep mechanics, intricate storytelling, and moral complexity set a standard that many subsequent games have aspired to, influencing not just other strategy games, but RPGs as a whole. One of the most significant aspects of Ogre Battle's legacy is how it paved the way for a new wave of tactical RPGs. Yasumi Matsuno, the game's director, would go on to create Tactics Ogre and Final Fantasy Tactics, both of which are considered masterpieces in the genre. These games took the ideas introduced in Ogre Battle and refined them, offering even deeper strategy and more complex narratives. The alignment system, the focus on moral choices, and the intricate unit management all found their way into these later titles, solidifying Matsuno's reputation as a master of the genre. Despite its limited initial release, Ogre Battle has cultivated a dedicated fan base that has kept the game alive through the years. Its rarity, especially in North America, turned it into something of a cult classic, with fans eagerly seeking out copies wherever they could be found. The game's reputation only grew as more players discovered its depth and complexity, often through word of mouth or later re-releases on platforms like the PlayStation and Virtual Console. Ogre Battle even garnered a sequel with Ogre Battle 64. Fans continue to celebrate its music, story, and gameplay in forums and retrospectives, and it's not uncommon to see Ogre Battle listed among the greatest RPGs or strategy games of all time. The game's rich lore and memorable characters have also inspired fan fiction, art, and even modding communities that seek to expand or reimagine its world. Beyond its direct influence, Ogre Battle also helped establish the idea that video games could explore complex themes and moral questions. The game's narrative, with its focus on leadership, justice, and the consequences of war, resonates with players even today. In an era when many games presented clear-cut, good versus evil stories, Ogre Battle dared to challenge players with difficult choices and uncertain outcomes. This willingness to engage with mature themes in a meaningful way has inspired countless other games, from The Witcher to Mass Effect, that seek to explore the gray areas of morality. As we look back on Ogre Battle, it's clear that its legacy is one of innovation and influence. It's a game that pushed the boundaries of what was possible in both gameplay and storytelling, and its impact can still be felt in the tactical RPGs we play today. For those who experienced it when it first released, Ogre Battle was more than just a game, it was a revelation. And for those discovering it for the first time, it remains a powerful reminder of the heights that video games can achieve. In the end, Ogre Battle is a testament to the power of vision and creativity in game design. It's a game that took risks, challenged conventions, and in doing so, carved out a place in the pantheon of gaming greats. Its legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that the best games aren't just about winning or losing, they're about the stories we tell, the choices we make, and the worlds we build along the way. Thank you for joining us. If you like this deep dive into the retro world of Ogre Battle, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep questing and keep gaming.